What happens when a child's deepest passion is the exact thing their parents want to protect them from? Most parents want an easier life for their kids, which often means discouraging them from taking a harder, traditional path. For Sentila, a young village girl, that passion is clay. While her parents work in the fields, she spends her time watching local potters, captivated by the rhythmic tap-tap of the spatula as they shape mud into vessels. But her mother, Arenla, flatly refuses to teach her. She pushes Sentila toward weaving instead, insisting that she learn to make cloth rather than pots. This creates a fundamental standoff. Sentila is determined to learn, but passion is powerless if the only person who can pass on that specific knowledge refuses to share it. Arenla's refusal comes from the brutal physical reality of the work. The clay is found 16 kilometers away, down a sheer drop to a riverbank. Retrieving it requires carrying heavy loads all the way back uphill to the village. Once the clay is back, the potter must pound it inside bamboo cylinders just to soften it, a process that leaves the back aching and the body exhausted. For all that labor, the financial reward is only a few rupees. Weaving offers a starkly different life. It's clean, it's done indoors regardless of the season, and the return on a single shawl is much higher than a batch of pots. Arenla isn't trying to be cruel. She is acting on a protective instinct. She knows the toll of the craft firsthand and wants to spare her daughter a lifetime of physical pain and poverty. Since she can't learn at home, Sentila continues to visit other potters in secret. Her persistence becomes a topic of village gossip, and the community begins to worry that a vital skill is being withheld. Eventually, the village council summons Sentila's father, Mezaba. They demand an explanation for why Arenla is refusing to pass on her expertise to the next generation. The elders remind him that pot-making is more than a job. It represents the history of the people. They rule that these skills do not belong to any one person. Experts are obligated to teach whoever wishes to learn. Under pressure from the council, Arenla finally takes Sentila to the riverbank. She shows her how to dig the clay and prepare it in the workshed. However, forcing a teacher to instruct doesn't ensure the student can learn. The sessions are thick with tension, setting the stage for a year of frustration. For an entire year, Sentila fails. Under her mother's critical, silent watch, she is so tense that she can't even hold the dough properly. Every attempt ends with her hanging her head in shame while her mother takes over. Everything changes when Sentila moves into the girls' dormitory, under the care of a kind widow named Auntie Onula. One evening, Onula catches Sentila quietly taking out her clay and implements to practice in secret. Onula notices that Sentila's efforts are clumsy because she is too stiff. She gives her a specific technical pointer. Watch how a master slackens their rhythm to fashion the mouth of the pot, and add a thin strip of dough to create the rim. With this gentle guidance, Sentila tries again. This time, working without the fear of judgment, she successfully creates a beautiful, well-proportioned pot. Mastery required more than just the physical steps. It required a mentor who could provide a safe space for Sentila to find her own confidence. On a bright sunny day, Arenla takes Sentila to the shed to make as many pots as possible. But soon after they begin, Arenla complains of a headache and leaves Sentila to work entirely on her own. Left alone in the shed, the weight of her mother's presence finally lifts. Sentila's hands begin to move with a sudden, unforced rhythm, beating the dough in perfect coordination with her left hand. She starts on one pot, then the next, moving with the same speed and dexterity she had watched in her mother for years. The shapeless lumps transform into vessels, almost as fast as she can reach for more clay. When she finally stops to count, she has produced a massive row of pots, nearly matching her mother's daily tally. The skill has finally been internalized. Sentila rushes into the house to share her success, but the excitement is instantly shattered. She finds her mother lying on the floor, no longer breathing. As the villagers carry Arenla's body away the next morning, Sentila is overwhelmed by guilt. She cries out for forgiveness, irrationally fearing that her sudden mastery had somehow displaced her mother. The villagers don't understand her grief, but Auntie Onula does. She steps into the workshed and sees two neat rows of pots standing side by side. They are identical. There is nothing to tell the work of the mother from the work of the daughter. The physical mother is gone, but the craft has moved into the next generation with perfect symmetry. In that shed, A legacy was preserved. As one potmaker left the world, another was born.